third change in my voice. So this video is part 2 about things that I associate with the American flag, and many people agree with me. It goes without saying that many people agree with me. So what are they saying when they say respect the flag? What are the hidden and unspoken messages? Recently, this female who was detained for a traffic stop, okay, and she's an immigrant, what have you, she was detained and released, I guess. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have her papers, but they released her anyway, so there's some confusion about that, right? That kind of double standard. She brought up that she, had pledged allegiance to the American flag, suggesting that she actually believed that she should have allegiance to it. Okay? Now you have to realize that my argument, again, isn't that they should change the American flag to something else per se, because flags have many meanings. The argument is what they're communicating to you. What is the hidden message? What is the unspoken message when they're saying respect the flag? What do they know you associate with it? Okay, for example, if somebody, and brace yourself, it's going to be a pretty serious example. If somebody ran a train on a little girl or someone in a fraternity and they showed her a symbol the whole time, or showed her the American flag the whole time, even better, okay, and then those same people said, respect the flag, or people who are nearly identical to them said, respect the flag. What are they saying to her? And so it is with these points that I've made. I think at this point, I've actually written down about 141, okay, is where we're at now. And I think we left off in part 1, with point 126 or so. Okay, let's go to 124 for good measure. 124, bullshitters bullshitting. 125, not building affordable housing. 126, not building tiny homes, for the homeless, not ending homelessness and ghettos in a way that's moral. 127, turn your people or group against you when you do right. Now, I also want to bring up real quickly here that the Bible says better is open rebuke than love that is concealed. I'm right about these things. I have freedom of speech. I have a right to criticize the government, including when they're at war. For example, Vietnam, when they were protesting to end the war. They had the right to do that. How many of you went to a school where they told you that they had no right to do that? That's crazy, right? It's been established time and time again that people have the right to criticize America, including everyone else in America, if they wish, during a time of war. Never in American history has the criticisms of the country caused them to lose the war. Not even in Vietnam when they pulled out. They were going to pull out anyway. They had logistical problems. They had military problems. It wasn't a matter of the people supporting the troops. It was a stupid plan to begin with. Okay. So point 128. It represents their spirit, which includes their activities, which cause people with humanity, right, with their humanity intact, right? Their activities causes people with their humanity intact to clash with them. So again, the flag represents their spirit, which includes their activities, which causes people with their humanity intact to clash with them. Now, you might argue this is a very controversial point because I'm criticizing their spirit, just like people in the churches are supposed to be criticizing the spirit because all the nations are in rebellion against God. They say things like everyone's born a sinner. If narrow is the way to life, then what is the American spirit? Is it the narrow spirit that's the way to life? No. It's the broad spirit that's on the way to destruction. And it's supposed to be one nation under God that's supposed to transcend propaganda campaigns. The government cannot be religious about persecuting people for not upholding propaganda campaigns in a secular state. Okay? You're supposed to separate church from state, which includes the religion of fanatic statism, the religion of fanatic atheism, the religion of fanatic, fanatically following scientists, Eurocentric scientists, and claiming that that's what it means to trust science. Scientists haven't even proven the nature of reality. That's an important thing to know. It is unscientific to assume that scientists are right about what the country should do and to just blindly trust them. That's unscientific. Who would have you do that? Well, Freemasons. They're big on philosophy and science, and especially Freemasonic scientists. That's why they have a ritual where they blindfold the new initiate, because they want you to blindly trust them, which is part of what the flag represents, subtly and otherwise. I'll have to add that to the end here. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, put in the comments. Please listen to this all the way through. We're almost done here, at least with this part. Point 129. The flag represents bitch. What do you call when somebody, even if they're tough, starts acting like a bitch? Says, just do it. I don't care. Okay? You see, that's bitch, right? He's acting like a bitch. And the word bitch is a play on words for bitch see, right? They don't see things in a divine and masculine and mature way. They're acting like an asshole, a bitch. Point number 130, false pride. 131, a psycho circus, like the Kiss rock and roll band, very popular rock and roll band over the years, very popular. It's like Slipknot. I went to one of their videos, they had like 500 million views. I kid you not, it was way up there, way up there. It's like Lady Gaga, right? Very silly. 132, witchcraft, aka bitchcraft. Babylon, right? Babylon's magic spell in the Bible, baby line. They didn't grow up. Folly is in the heart of a child. Folly is an unruly woman. Proverbs 9. The prostitute in Revelation is a rebel, an unruly woman. She lives folly. Like a slut, thinking that it's okay to be a slut. Why would it be okay to be a slut? You want to, brace yourself. I'm going to have to get a little bit raw with it. You want to be someone with a loose vagina, someone with AIDS, someone who has a child. You don't know who the father is or how to contact them. It's stupid for many reasons. To be a slut, it's a disgrace. You should choose standing firm for what's right and being prepared to die before you choose being a slut. You shouldn't ever choose being a slut, in other words. Anyway, so, okay. 133, a refusal to correct their obvious and key mistakes. 134, oppressors that didn't learn history's lessons, right? They didn't learn history's obvious and critical lessons. 135, hell. 136, the devil. 137, unreasonable demons. I guess I put there. More unreasonable demands. 138, the word demon is like the word demands or demand. 138, eugenics. 139, governing class, mass torture. 140, proxy. It's a proxy for Europe. 141, Satanists. Satanists that are threatening people and throwing their weight around, what have you. 142, sick wordplay games like the wordplay in the word asses, right? Assesses. And the word assess is the word ass, assessment. And the word analysis is the word anal. The word game is the word made scrambled, and it starts with the word gay. Is it a white, Jewish, and LGBT construct? Yes. Are they being dishonest about it because they know the masses of people historically don't want it that way, and in a democracy they wouldn't have their way? Yes, so they're lying. Going back to the devil and hell. Hell and the spell. They're confusing you, right? Use, confuse, and abuse as part of their ruse to get you to do what they want, with an emphasis on sexual control, which includes molesting little boys and various forms of rape. Thank you.